I could hear singing this record, it sounded like something Tank would do. His person heard it, his manager 5 months ago, they sent the record over to Atlantic, they bought it, and went #1. I think you have to channel that artist when you write for other artists. Now that I'm writing for other artists, live their life. If I can't write a song right now for verse, like just you can't put on music and tell me I don't know what he's going through. You understand what I'm saying? I might have to kick it with him, go get a drink with him, talk to him, find out where his head at with girls, who's giving him the headache. You know what I'm saying? Like just find out where he's at in that space, and then I think it just comes after that. It's about getting in the studio and vibing. But those days of me guessing what verse is on, I would never call him right now, but like, yo, my man, I got a record for you. I don't know what he's going through. So I think the best way to do it is to kick it with the artist that you're working with. You know what I'm saying? I kick it with my son. I know he's 19, he just signed to Columbia Records, and he's doing these things, so I kind of know where his head at, opposed to somebody I don't. So I think when you write for other artists, you have to live them, in a sense. You know, Esther Dean lives Rihanna. That's why she can deliver a Rihanna hit without a doubt, because they rock like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think when you're a songwriter, don't just, I mean, we got Twitter too. It's a good way to also do your research. I'm not saying be a Twitter stalker, but see where their mind is at, because that'll help you understand what phase of life they're in, and then I think you'll be able to connect with them.
I think that sometimes as a writer, cause I've produced a lot of records, I've written a lot of records for a lot of people, and sometimes it's as easy as knowing what's relative to people, you know, and what everybody goes through. Because if you can make a great song out of something that everybody goes through, it's just that much bigger. So it's great sometimes to really know what individually somebody is going through, but if you could find a way to take that and make it something that everybody goes through, it's just going to be bigger. And me, I came into the industry as a producer and a writer. That's how I got my start, you know. So I've always written my own stuff. I always produced my own stuff. And so sometimes I've gone through the, you know, guessing and figuring it out. And then some of them land, and then some of them don't. You know what I mean? So you got to kind of lock into a vibe and an energy sometimes that's going to make people say, yo, regardless of what I'm going through right now, I can feel this joint right here. You know what I'm saying? And just really kill that. Like, you know, when I did Who Gonna Stop Me for Jay-Z and Kanye's album, like that was just a vibe in the room. Like, this is what we on. Who Gonna Stop Me? You know what I mean? So it could go either way, but it definitely helps to know.
Do you think that, this is just, you know, it's not on there, but I want to know, do you think it's better to write songs for a man or a woman? Female artist or male artist?
I think it's like that. When you say
like,
better though, from what standpoint?
Like, is it easier? Is it about the same, or is it easier?
It's the same to me.
For me, it's the same, because I got so much experience with women that I know.
Because it's all emotions.
Yeah.
It's all emotions. Even though guys might not show it as much,
At the same time, though,
we have them.
At the same time, though, men and women think on two totally different wavelengths.
Yeah, but that's what makes it dope. Like I got a record that called Guys Hate, and it's just talking about everything that if you heard every dude in this room gonna be like, God damn right, I hate that shit.
Yeah.
But then I can write a record for a female that's campaigning niggas ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been with a girl, I'm like, Sammy ain't shit. Like, that's why, like, when you experience any girl I ever dated, any girl that I've ever indulged with, like, I took something from them. You know what I'm saying? Whether it helped my swag, help how I dress, help how I talk, how I articulate. Dudes don't. Like, it don't matter. It's about experiences. When you're a songwriter, you can write anything because you're writing your life. You're writing what you live. So it's not hard for me to do either or.
Okay. Okay, as an artist, do you feel you should be held accountable for the messages you portray to the public in your music?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna say that first. Then I'll let everybody have it. I'm a God-fearing man, so as I'm not perfect, but like I started in church. You know what I'm saying? I come from a church we didn't have instruments, so your voice was that.
Yeah.
And then I have morals and integrity and certain things I just won't say. You know what I'm saying? Not because is a matter of right or wrong, but it's about a representation of me. Anything I say out of my mouth, from the sexy songs to the love songs to the heartbreak songs, I can vouch for that because I wrote it and it's something I don't mind people knowing about me. But I think that music is a language to everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's why so many genres of music, whether it's gospel, rock, hip-hop, R&B, country. Everybody in this room listens to some type of music. So I think the person who's distributing the music, us, we have to take some accountability for what we say. You know what I'm saying? So, because people do it. Like if I write a sex song, I might be setting the mood for a young lady and a gentleman to, like, that. You have to take some responsibility for that. So I think that anything that I say, me personally, I take full responsibility for the record that I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like it can be like different. The messages in the song, it can mean something different to a different individual. So I could write it and mean it one way, and then somebody can hear it,
Yeah, that's true.
and they got a different message for it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it can say one thing, but different people get different things from songs. Just to add on to what he's saying.
Okay. We're going to share this video with you. It's David Banner on rappers being role models.
Big shout out to Bad TV, this is David Banner. You know, it's okay to talk about the lives that we go through and the things that we experience, but then we also have to show the repercussions of some of those lifestyles. And, you know, how does that, even though I feel like it's not necessarily our responsibility as artists to be role models, we do have to realize the effect that we have on people, whether good or bad. You know, it's not our responsibility to raise somebody else's child, but we do have to be conscious of the fact that a lot of us do. So, and that's something that means a lot to me.
So is that what prompted you to change music style?
No, well, my music, see, that's amazing to me that people say that my music changed. My music never changed, just people only really listen to the singles. My music has always been a Bible with a Playboy cover on it. You know, for every life of pimp, you can 9 times out of 10 find a Cadillac on 22s on my album. You know, for every play, you can find the Oh Lord. But the problem is that people, that's not what people gravitate to. As much as people say they want better music, they want ass and titties. They want some violence. They want, you know, some type of drama. And that's the culture that America has created and hip-hop has adapted. American media, American culture is dead in general. Look at, you know, look at reality TV shows, you know, look at movies, what they feed our children. Music is only a byproduct of a greater picture that people are scared to address.
So that brings me to the question, do you all think that you are role models? And if so, who do you think that you are role models to in the industry? Not even just in the industry, but just in general. Who do you think the people that support you the most? I mean, just with buying records, with downloading mixtapes, with all of those type of things. Who do you think that are the people that you touch or you reach the most?
I touch the youth. You know what I'm saying? I do these BET Wrap It Up forums, right? When I was in Kansas City, it was so dope. You got like from 15 to 18-year-old kids there, and then I'm 25 now, and then you got teachers there. So I have these 15, 16, 17-year-old girls that know Sammy, like, which mean when I was 12, they were like maybe 3, 4 years old, but they knew I like it. You know what I'm saying? So weird. And then I had a teacher who was 29 come up to me and say, "Oh, I'm a big fan. These are like the newcomer fans. I've been there since the Yellow Suit." Like, so I definitely cater to those middle school to, you know, a little, maybe 27, 28, you want to call it, you know, a little older women, because we're celebrities, quote unquote. We live on television and come through your speakers. We are role models, whether we want to be or not. You know what I'm saying? I got a little brother, 16, going on 17. I have a sister who's 21. So I think that's why I go back to we have to take accountability for what we say. Because if they're supporting the album, that means they bang with what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? And they're probably going to live that too to some capacity. So I try to keep myself in a positive light. You've never seen me in no drama. You never see me on no Twitter beef. Like, that's not my demeanor. You know what I'm saying? I'm, like I said, a real cool, laid back, silly dude. Like, so I think as an artist, whether we want to be or not, we do need to, like Banner was saying, show them repercussions. If you want to rap about cocaine and whatnot, because you used to live that life, also rap about, nigga, there's a good chance you're going to get locked up at the end of the day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let them know the consequences of living that life. If you want to talk about sleeping with all these girls, yeah, we live in a world where AIDS is killing everybody. Like, let's talk about that. So I just think that being that we are celebrities, we sign these deals, and we're the promoters. Like, ain't nobody trying to promote Sammy more than Sammy. So since I'm the walking billboard, I do look at myself, whether I want to be or not is a whole nother thing, but I am a role model to some people.
And he said something about Twitter too. I know I walked in, but it's very important, especially as a new artist, you know, trying to do things independently and stuff. You should use Twitter and those social networking sites just for like promotional uses only. And you got to realize that if you're trying to promote yourself and brand yourself, everybody's watching you. So when you go on Twitter or like Facebook and you like saying like all kind of stuff, you talk to your friends and you're that open, you kind of messing up your brand a little bit, messing up the product. So always just remember to use those social networking sites for your best purposes.
Remember, y'all, to tweet if you have any questions at WSTU_radio. At WSTU_radio if you have any questions. Okay? Music has been repetitive with its content over the years due to the current state of the music industry. Do you feel as though many artists are playing it safe to gain record sales? And if so, are you playing it safe?
You look right at me like I did.
Well, you were looking at me.
Yeah, we playing it safe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's easy to see. A lot of people are chasing, you know, something that's gonna get them money. You know, we live in a time where economy is really bad, so people gonna first focus on getting that check. That's why there's so many songs out about getting that check. You wanna know why there's so many strip club booty songs? It's because they trying to get that check. It's easy. So every time, you know, we blame it on the music, like he said in the interview, but it's really a byproduct of what's going on in our society. You feel me? And you have to, if you're a store, you have to sell things that people want to buy. Otherwise, you won't be a store. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I want the consumers, because this is like the chain of command, and Verse could probably contest to this. There's these executives that nobody sees. Y'all see the Verses, the Sammys, the Marshall, the Q. Y'all see the artists that they sign. But there's these people that we have to go answer to when you're in a major situation, that if they're not rocking with your campaign, your music, those commercial records, the strip club songs, if you don't got that right now, they do something called shelf you or drop you. Either one is not good. You'll be signed and just not coming out. Or they'll drop you and sign the kid with the hit record that's already buzzing. So it unfortunately, when you're major and you're in a building and you have to please the CEO who's trying to put these millions behind you, yeah, it's about the money. Remember, it's a business first. I hate that people call it the music business. It's really not that. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these records that's working, it's not really music. It's not. It's a cool little hook, catchy beat. I don't know what the fuck you talk about in the Verses, but that shit jamming. Like that's what happens like in this business. So unfortunately, so it is to a point where, like you said, I got a crib I need to keep over my head at night. Me, I got a car out there that ain't free. You know what I mean? And gas, Barack Obama. Let's change that. So as an artist, man, it's real tough to try to be true to you and give you all this substance and passion when that's what not the majority is supporting. They supporting, you know, like my girl with The Voice, who did The Voice on the joint.
Ratchet.
Yeah, the ratchet stuff. Like that's to make you feel good stuff. So yeah, it's hard. It's a thin line, but that's when it goes back to that balance too. You know
And
what
I
I'm
was
saying?
gonna say this is a little bit off that, but you were talking about record deals and all of those type of things, and it's a lot of people in here who are, you know, who someday would like to be in the position that you're in right now. And what does it mean? Like a lot of people feel like, oh, if I get a record deal, I'm in there. Like, you know what I mean?
That's half the battle.
No, that is not a battle. It's not a battle. Anybody in here, y'all, today, y'all can walk out of here and get a deal.
Yeah.
You want a deal? I'll give you a deal right now.
Right.
It might not be a good deal, you'll get one though. It's not listen, man, it's cool, but what's most important as an artist is really for you to gain true fans
Period.
and people that really